Alright guys, we're ready to do our Week 7 recap here.
Yep.
We had our videos up a little late last week. Didn't get as many views as we wanted, but our special videos, like our toss-ups and our hot buttons and stuff, they got some views. Fan appreciation video, got a couple views. Got some comments on our stuff. But we're going to go ahead and get into our games of the week this week. We picked the Denver-Miami overtime game. Tebow makes his debut in Florida.
Tebow Mania.
We got the Jags and the Ravens. I mean, we've been making fun of Brett for forever for this Blaine Yo Gabba Gabbert business, and the Jags won. Somehow, we'll talk about it then.
Just Gabbert looked god-awful.
He looked awful, but you know what? And they say it all the time, win's a win. So, the next one we got is the Saints and the Colts, and this was the biggest blowout
I've ever seen in my life.
I've ever seen, yeah. This was ridiculous.
This was a spanking.
Rarely do you see someone put up 50 points, and even rarer do you see someone lose by 50 points. So, that was an exciting game. But we'll do our first one here is Denver and Miami.
Tebow Mania began in Miami. Now,
where it all started.
Where it all started
in Florida.
I felt bad, though, because of that for the Dolphins. Because no one from Miami was there to root for the Dolphins, which, I mean, they don't begin with. But they were there to root for Tim Tebow.
Right.
The alum, the Gators' beloved Christian quarterback.
Right.
And everyone's crapping on him, saying, oh, he didn't do anything in the first half of the game, blah, blah, blah.
Didn't do anything for the first three quarters. But in reality,
he did do?
In reality, Denver was losing by 15 points.
Yes.
Tebow went out and generated a 15-point fourth quarter, 2 touchdown passes, and the 2-point conversion.
He ran a 2-point conversion. He went for 161 passing yards. Okay,
not crazy.
So he's not Aaron Rodgers, but who is?
Right, exactly.
He ran for 59 yards rushing. He was the second guy in rushing yards on their team.
Yep.
Second was Willis McGahee. He had 2 touchdown passes. As we said.
I mean, as far as the fourth quarter comeback goes, this was the fourth quarter comeback. They were down 15-0 with less than 7.5 to play. In 7 minutes, he put up 15 points.
And because of this reason, I'm starting my new baby. This is now the Tim Tebow
Refuse to Lose 2011-2012 tour. And we are pumped.
We are discussing shirt ideas for this, okay? I am ready for it.
Now, another thing that I was actually really excited about, now we got a comment on our video from Max As Video, M-A-X-S-A-S Video. He commented on our Tebow Getting Screwed video where we talked about how they got rid of Brandon Lloyd, and he had said on there Demaryius Thomas to look out for him because he was going to step up. Demaryius Thomas has, in his debut, his first action this season, 3 catches, 27 yards, and 1 of Tebow's touchdown catches.
Voila!
So, you know, I mean, it's cool. It's cool to have our viewers get on there and comment and really add something to the show. It's cool.
Now, I'm going to add something to this game. It's not Tim Tebow related. It's Miami Dolphins related. After this game, there was an interview with former/ex/ I don't know if he's a Heisman Trophy winner, Reggie Bush. And dear Reginald went off on this tangent about, oh my God, we suck. I hate it here. This place, this is a crap factory. What do I do? Reggie, you shouldn't have took the money first off and gave up your Heisman Trophy. Second off, you shouldn't have went to Miami. You knew they were going to be crap when they named Matt Moore their starting quarterback.
Third off, you shouldn't have been like, oh, I'm a premier running back. Give me a big contract. And the Saints were like, yeah, we kind of got Mark Ingram, so peace.
Deuces. We don't need you, Reggie. He's like, but I rush for 50 yards a game.
Yeah, we don't
That's
care.
Good, Reggie.
Congratulations. Go rush for 20 in Miami.
Pat him on the ass and move on.
Right. Send him out. So now we got another game where we got the Jags and the Ravens. I don't even know what happened in this game. This wasn't even a football game.
The reason I thought we would ever pick the Ravens versus the Jags is because the Ravens shattered the Jags 80-4.
Like a Colts Saints.
I would put 4 on there.
A Colts Saints type game. But somehow Blaine Yo Gabba Gabbert goes 9, for 20.
And wins. He wins, he wins, he wins, he wins. Yes, I never have to pick him ever again, sorry sack of a quarterback.
What happens when the Vikings and the Jaguars play each other?
Christian Ponder wins.
He goes for less than 100 yards. His QB rating is 59. No, not 159. 59.
That's it. I'm off the Ponder. I'm on the Ponder bandwagon. I'm off the Gabbert.
That's good.
I am now for Christian going fishing down by the Ponder. I am all for it.
That's honestly probably for the best. But the reason the Ravens lost this game, I mean, they didn't have a crazy amount of turnovers or anything. They just couldn't convert.
A lot of people don't discuss this very often because it's Jacksonville. Jacksonville's the 8th ranked defense in the NFL. And I think after this week, they might have moved up. Because, I'm going to read you off some crazy statistics here, folks. Joe Flacco, you want to take a guess on how many yards he had at the end of the first half passing?
10.
1.
Oh wow.
1. Dan Marino did that in his sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Marino had a yard passing before the game started.
When he was out of the womb.
Right. But,
go
ahead, keep going.
The Jags did not let a first down happen until the 5-minute and 26-second mark in the third quarter.
And at the end of the game, they had eventually given up 11 first downs. But only one of those first downs was picked up on the ground. 1 first down by rushing for the Ravens. 1.
I can't slam the rushing game by the Ravens. I can't.
Yes, you can.
No. MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew, fumbled 3 times. 3. When's that happen? Now, I mean, yeah, the Ravens, they had 16 yards total offense in the end of the first half. That's disgusting. Ray Rice,
right.
we were talking, like, I remember watching on ESPN before the game, and it says the prodigy, the phenom, Ray Rice. He looked like rice that got left on the stove and everyone went to bed.
Right. Now, we're hearing your mom cheer downstairs, so I assume the Rangers just won the World
Texas
Series.
Rangers just won the World Series.
So yay,
Yay,
Rangers. Okay, but anyway.
Football.
Now, the Ravens went 2 for 12 on third down. 2 for 12. Fail. Epic fail. They had less than 50 rushing yards. That's why we can slam their ground game.
There was one play that defined the whole Ravens game. Flacco snaps the ball. He goes back for the pass. He throws it. It's swatted down by the D lineman, and Flacco catches it and goes, oh crap. And starts running for his life, and he runs 5 yards back and gets hit out of bounds.
And that was only one of his 38 passes. He threw 38 passes for about 150 yards. That's less than 4 yards per pass attempt. And we gave you Gabbert's stats. You just said that Jones-Drew fumbled 3 times. Flacco did terrible. Guess who dominated this game?
Who?
Scobie.
Scobie.
Got my shotgun and it's got a Scobie on it.
He hit 4 field goals, 3 of them over 50 yards. That is Sebastian. That's Seabass. That's Sebastian Janikowski.
We were strongly considering Scobie as our player of the week.
But you know why we didn't? All right, Joe Flacco throws for 38 attempts.
Right.
The man in this game threw for 35,
and
he
tripled the yards.
31 of them.
And 3 times
Let's
as many
get into
yards.
this game right now because I'm pumped to discuss it.
Saints versus Colts. Breeze threw for 3 touchdowns.
Whoa. 3 touchdowns?
In the very beginning of this game. The very first quarter.
You're messing with me.
The first quarter. Breeze, bang, bang, bang. 3 touchdowns. The Saints are up 31-0 before the Colts get on the board.
Now at this point, I was watching the game. I was sitting there in the kitchen. I'm watching the game, and they showed this shot. They pan to Reggie Wayne. They pan on the Pierre Garçon. They pan to Austin Collie and Joseph Livaletta Die. And they're all standing there just like this. Helmet's nowhere here to be found.
And then they pan up into the broadcast booth, and Peyton Manning's up there taking notes and studying for his return in Week 15 and thinking that he's going to bring the Colts to the playoffs.
They don't care anymore. They're done.
They stopped.
Reggie Wayne quit 3 weeks ago.
He quit whenever they signed Kerry Collins.
When they talk about paying up to the box and seeing Peyton Manning, they paid up to the box of the Saints. And here's Sean Payton
with his leg
like this,
his leg up
with
in
a
the air.
can going.
Yeah.
And spitting his chew into it because he's not calling the game. They even said Drew Brees was doing the play calls. That's pretty impressive.
So maybe this is something that should happen forever now.
I'm getting.
We'll see. And the crazy
Was
thing,
it Brees was that good, or was the Colts are that bad?
Both, I think. But the crazy thing is, I mean, I know I've personally been bashing the Saints ground game. I mean, just last week, Brees was their number 2 rusher.
Yes, he was.
And no one on the team had picked up more than 50 yards. This week, 236 rushing yards for the Saints. That's how you get it done. I don't know who's calling the plays. I don't care. If you're getting 236 rushing yards,
you need to keep having that person calling said plays.
Yes.
Curtis Painter, on the other hand,
poor guy. Yeah, he was not doing anything.
He had about nowhere near Drew Brees' yards. 67 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. You know what I was shocked about? He only had 1 interception. But when you throw the ball and no one can come anywhere near it, don't really
can't
matter.
Get intercepted either. Do you want to know who's really depressed right now?
Who's really depressed right now?
Reggie Wayne. He had 3 catches for 36 yards in this game.
It's disgusting.
That's embarrassing.
I remember sitting there at the end of the season, I was like, man, Peyton Manning is ticked. He's upset. He can't wait to play next season. And then we find he doesn't. I'm just kind of like, oh, well, they're going to be bad, but they're not going to be awful.
They still got Reggie Wayne.
They got Reggie Wayne. They got Joseph Adada. They got Donald. I can't say the nickname of Donald Brown.
Donald, my poo is the color brown.
They got Austin Border Collie. They have so many people. Yeah, Pat, I need anger management.
But
there are so many players that are good, and they look awful.
Right.
Dwight Freeney and Mathis can only do so much.
Colts had 3 turnovers. They were 4 for 11 on 3rd down. The Saints had the ball for 38 minutes compared to the Colts 21. That's a 17-minute difference. That's an entire quarter of football that the Saints had over the Colts.
And the one reason they had it over so long was our player of the week.
Well, before we get into our player of the week, it's just shocking that, okay, you only scored 7 points. You got Curtis Painter. Big deal. No one's surprised. Where is Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis on this defense?
Dude, they can only
How do you give up 62 points? My God.
They're only DNs, man. They can't do everything.
I would have killed someone. I would have illegally hit Drew Brees after they got the 30 points and were still gunning on us.
How about Jeff Saturday? He's lost his mind.
Listen, when Brees throws 3 touchdowns and they're up 21-0 and he's still gunning, start throwing illegal hits. Go helmet to helmet. Put him on his back. Make them take him out of the game and put the backup in. You know? I mean,
you're talking about getting dirty.
Yeah, where's your pride? This is football. We're not playing.
Their pride left their season when the season ended.
Yeah, their
back
pride,
in week 1.
Their pride's getting neck surgery.
Yeah,
is where it's at.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, anyway, our player of the week, Drew Brees. Like you said, he only had 4 incomplete passes.
4.
Threw 5 touchdowns.
Did he make up for last week?
I'm pretty sure he made up for last week. 5 touchdowns, 325 yards. I mean, that's our guy.
Breezy does it. Breezy does it.
Player of the week. So we'll get you a Drew Brees picture. We got a hot button, and we got our predictions coming up. So stick around for them. Thanks.
Stay tuned.